Nuts are one of the most amazing foods on the planet. They're loaded with fiber, nutrients, and heart-healthy fats. No sugar, low on carbs, and recent studies have shown that nut eaters live longer. Sign me up for that. I'm going to be using these to incorporate into my delicious winter salad with Greek yogurt dressing. I'm Michael Williams, and that's what we're cooking on the coast. Welcome to the kitchen. The winter months can be dark and dreary, so take a break from the dull with a splash of color and texture. That's what this recipe is all about today. Winter salad with Greek yogurt dressing. Let's get cooking. Now, for me, I thrive on salad. I love salad, I need it all year round. But my salad in the summer is very different than my salad in the winter. You know, the romaines, the green leaf, the red leaf that are abundant in the hotter months, they're, quite expensive and not the best time to be buying them through the winter. So I change things up a bit. I start hitting root vegetables. I start kind of building and playing with different components. And for example, beets. We're gonna work with some beets today. We're gonna get these beets cooking, and when you buy your beets, you can buy them with the greens on. You can buy them just beets, or you can buy bunches of beets and take advantage of the greens. Beet greens are fantastic. We're gonna be eating this beet from tip to tail to tip. I don't know how that works, but anyways, we're gonna eat all of it. So let's save, we won't quite use up all of those stem parts because they are pretty fibrous, but we'll get a good chunk of them as well as our greens. We're gonna hit that up later. Let's get the tops and the bottoms cut off the beets here. Now, in terms of cooking beets, this is the easiest way for me. This is how I do it almost every time. I cut top and bottom off, okay? And then into a pot it goes. I don't bother peeling yet. There's no sense in peeling them right now because once they're cooked, those peels, they just slide right off. It's perfect, it's easy, and I'm all about saving steps. So, once those tops and bottoms are off, we'll get rid of our compost here. And these guys could go into a pot and then boil away for about an hour or so, but we're gonna use the pressure cooker. It's as simple as a skim of water in here, make sure we have enough. Close the lid, turn it on. So we're gonna do 20 minutes at full pressure. I love working with my pressure cooker because it is, efficiency at work, technology. Cooking under pressure, use a minimal amount of electricity, and we're not gonna be, steaming up our whole environment here. So it's fantastic. I love working with the pressure cooker. Lots of different things you can do with it. I've got some parsnips and carrots. Now, these guys are also in the root vegetable family, and we're gonna just season these up a little bit, add a little bit of oil to them, and get them in the oven to roast them off. So we're kind of playing with textures right now. This salad's all about different textures. We're gonna have the nice soft steamed beets, we're gonna have the nice roasted and caramelized carrots and parsnips. So a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, and that's all it really takes to get these started. So those are ready to hit the oven, which is nice and hot and ready to roast. All right, as you can see, we're well underway. Things are coming along nicely. Let's talk quinoa. We're gonna cook some quinoa right now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure out a cup right over top of my pot here, and I'm gonna toast the quinoa a little bit. Did you know that quinoa is a seed? Part of the beet and the spinach family. A lot of people think of quinoa as a grain, but it's actually a seed. So what I'm gonna do here, I mentioned I've got my hot pot. 1 cup is what I want, and I just wanna toast these guys a little bit. Okay, so with that hot pot, we'll just keep them moving, stir them around, and just add a little bit of toast. What this does is it adds a little extra layer of nuttiness to the quinoa. It's an extra step, which you can do or you can omit. You don't need to do it, but it is nice. So I'll leave that up to you. Listen to that. I love the sound of the popping, the crackling. This is a real, this is a wholesome kind of snap, crackle, pop, if you ask me. Beautiful. So it doesn't take long, just a few minutes if your pot is nice and hot, and then we can go ahead and get our water in. So here's how it works. Quinoa, 1 cup. Water, 2 cups. 2 to 1. It doesn't matter how much you're cooking. 2 to 1's the ratio. And in fact, there's ways to change things up a little bit. Since we're using this in a salad, I think I might want it a little bit more al dente. So I'm just going to use a little bit less water. I'm going to hold a little bit back. Okay, so once that comes to a boil, which as you can see is going to happen pretty quickly since we had that hot pot, lid goes on and we drop it right down to minimum. And what we're going to do is we're going to time it. 10 minutes is the perfect number. Set it for 10 minutes, remove it from the heat, let it sit for another 10 minutes, and you have perfect quinoa every time. So let's carry on here. We're looking good. I think what we're going to do now is we're going to cook up those beet greens. Let's get our pan warming up, and what we'll do is we'll just chop those beet greens up a little bit. You know, it's a shame. People will buy bunch beets and just toss them. They're such an incredibly nutrition-loaded product that, you know, greens. I thrive on them. Let's chop away. We're gonna wilt these down in our hot pan, and there's enough moisture on here to get that whole process started. I'm gonna get these into our bowl, and I'll finish chopping up our stems here. And it's good to chop those stems nice and small because they are very, very fibrous. So much like Swiss chard, a lot of people will just toss the stems away. Use them, use them. Maybe you don't want to use them all, but use some of them. And just chop them fine, chop them small, and incorporate it into the dish because it is a wonderful addition. You'll find your perfect balance. So that is now ready to hit the pan. Get some butter into the hot pan, and then in go our beet greens. Now, if you need to, if things dry out a little bit, just add a splash of water in there, get a little bit of moisture. The steaming action is what we're after. This is all coming together beautifully. Oh, let's not lose those guys. So, we're gonna be back a little later in the show to pull together our winter salad with Greek yogurt dressing. But first, we're road tripping. Catch you after the break.
Cookin' on the Road is brought to you by Cold Star Solutions, an integral part of Vancouver Island's grocery supply chain for 20 years.
We're here in the stunning Comox Valley to learn a little bit about Tree Island yogurt with Marissa.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
as
too.
well.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I really wanted to share our yogurt.
Yeah.
It's actually made using 100% local milk sourced right here.
In the Comox Valley?
In the Comox Valley.
Yeah.
And it's actually made with 100% Canadian milk.
I know that symbol.
Yeah, we don't use any powders or fillers, which we're really proud of.
Okay.
And we really have a focus on quality ingredients here.
Absolutely.
So right from our bacterial cultures that we source, we use Thermophilus and Bulgaricus, which give the yogurt a really creamy flavor.
Okay.
Not so sour like some other brands,
right,
which is quite unique and popular.
Which makes the plain yogurt just look great to eat on its own, right?
Absolutely, popular with kids.
Yeah.
We have 2 types of Greek yogurt, citrus and spice, as well as a fruit line, which is made with more fruit and less sugar.
I love that. I've always been a fan of fruit yogurts, but I find they're so high in sugar, right?
They can be, they can be. And it's actually quite popular. This we source from peaches direct from the Okanagan.
That's amazing.
So it has only 15 grams of sugar, which is a lot less than other brands.
Yeah.
And you can see the creaminess and also the real peach in there.
Yeah, right on.
So I wanted you to try that.
I would love to.
Okay. Have this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's so good.
Yeah. Real peaches.
Yeah.
BC peaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Another one that is really, we have been selling a ton of, I think because it's such a unique flavor, is the prairie berry.
Right.
So it's actually, my family's from Saskatchewan and they're farmers from there, which is what brought us into yogurt making.
Okay.
But we source local fruit there. So the Saskatoon berry as well as the Haskett berry.
Yeah.
And that one actually has more antioxidants than a blueberry. Gives it a beautiful purple color.
Yeah. So not only are you using local milk, but
Yeah.
local ingredients, including, you know, born from our border in Alberta there, and like just
Canadian.
real,
Absolutely. Yeah, our goal is to be an artisan Canadian yogurt company.
That's nice.
Yeah, thank you.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
And, you know, real coconut. This is cardamom. I can smell it from here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we take time to source from local suppliers as well as go abroad and find quality ingredients.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, you know, this is fantastic. I love your products. I'm really looking forward to playing with some Greek yogurt and turning it into a salad dressing or who knows what.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. This has been fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. We're back in the kitchen pulling together our winter salad with Greek yogurt dressing. All of the components to the salad are ready. The quinoa is cooked, the beet greens fried. We got roasted veg in the oven finished. We're just waiting on that pressure cooker timer to go. Let's get our dressing going. Now this is a fantastic dressing. We're gonna use this incredible Tree Island Greek yogurt as a base, and then we're gonna saute off some shallots, some ginger, and some fresh turmeric. You may not have used fresh turmeric before. Fantastic thing to work with. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna start by cleaning things up a little bit here. Let's grab this guy too. And you know, just like ginger, turmeric does not necessarily need to be peeled. All we want to do is, you know, clean it up. If there's any blemishes, we'll get rid of those. And otherwise, that skin provides nutrition. So we'll do the same with our ginger. We got more ginger than we need here, so I'm just gonna break off a little bit. We'll probably use about that much. Okay, so we got our turmeric, our ginger. Let's get our shallots peeled. Just like my onions, I start by cutting the top and the bottom off. Cut it in half, which makes it easier to peel. All right, now I've got a hot pan here. I want to saute the ginger, the shallots, and the turmeric. So we're just gonna slice away, get the shallots sliced relatively thin, and I'm just gonna leave them as opposed to chopping them, okay? And we'll be a little bit more diligent about chopping the ginger and the turmeric very fine because they have very pungent, strong flavors. So I'm doing a few cutting processes here. First, you'll notice I cut it in half so that it rests nice and stable on the cutting board, like so. And then I'm taking my time to slice this absolutely as thin as I can. Really important to, you know, take your time with it. Key being we don't want big chunks here because we're going with a salad dressing. We're not gonna roast these too hard, so they are gonna have strong flavors. I think we're looking good there. A little bit of ginger, and we're laughing. We're laughing. Hey, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Oh, do you hear that? That's our beets. Right on. We're gonna speed this process up. Let's release the pressure very carefully. This is not advisable, but I'm gonna do it because I'm an experienced chef. So we're gonna let that pressure come out. I'll be able to take those beets out and we'll cut those up soon. Let's get back to our ginger. Same deal as the turmeric. I'm gonna slice it as thin as I can, but you know, wherever you're at is where your comfort level is, and you need to roll with that. So chop away, just chop, chop, chop until things are looking nice and fine. Minced is the word we're looking for. And that goes back to having fun. It's all about having fun. I love cooking. For those people that say, oh, I'm not a good cook, take one dish, make it a few times. Soon you will learn how to cook that dish really well. And then you just start building your repertoire, you know? Expand your horizons. That's what it's all about. And have fun, enjoy it. It's not so daunting. So let's get our turmeric, ginger, and shallots into the pan. Okay, let's crank that up a little bit. We're also gonna add some pecans. So I'm gonna chop them up a little bit and get them kind of broken down. We're gonna add them just right at the very end, along with some raisins as well. And the raisins are gonna provide a really nice sweetness in this dish. This dressing that can be used in many different ways, including all the wonderful ways we're using it today. Great. Raisins, right on. All right, so let's grab those beets. So I've just plunked those beets into some cold water so that I can peel them, because obviously they're smoking hot after they come out of the pressure cooker. Let's take a look at our dressing ingredients here. I'm sensing a stir is needed. Oh, look at that color. The turmeric is coming out beautifully. The smells are amazing. This is looking great. Let's get our raisins in there. Let's get the rest of the raisins and the pecans in there. This is awesome. Okay. We're going to start by grabbing the quinoa. So go ahead and be liberal. Scoop your quinoa, make a nice base, and fill up whatever dish you're going to serve it in. Now, I mentioned earlier, quinoa is generally 2 to 1. I did this just a little bit more al dente. Let's get it all. Let's build a big salad here. Okay, we're going to scatter around our beet greens now. So let's go ahead. Accent, colors, different textures. We're playing here. We're playing and we're having fun. All right, let's grab those roasted vegetables. Now, we're having fun here. We're building flavors. We're living in the winter. We're accepting the coldness. We're not eating Caesar salad. We're not eating romaine. We're not eating those, summer greens. We're playing with what is around, what is available, what is inexpensive. And that's the way to roll. This is smelling incredible, looking fantastic. Oh, I cannot wait to tuck into this. We just need to get our dressing finished. Let's grab our yogurt and we're gonna stir it right in. I'm gonna take a big spoonful of this. I'm gonna stir it right into these wonderful flavors and aromatics and texture. We got pecans, the turmeric, the ginger. And you know what? I just wanna drizzle this right on top of what I've built so far. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot to season this. This is our salad dressing. It's really important. Just a little bit of seasoning though, because I've been seasoning as I've gone here. I've seasoned each component, so we don't need a lot. But that's kind of the chef's approach. Season everything just a little bit. Add a little bit of salt and pepper. And then it's kind of flavored all the way through. You're not trying to pull that seasoning out and spread it through a dish coming from one direction. It's nice and balanced. Oh, wow, look at this. This, you put this down on the table in the middle of winter, people are gonna be happy. We're almost there. We've just got one thing left to do. I'm gonna show you how easy and fun it is to peel beets after they've been cooked. Check it out. You just squeeze. Whoa, it jumped on me, but there we go. That one's peeled. We'll grab one more. Look at that. And once the beets are cooked, they don't stain as much, so you don't have to be too concerned about, staining your beautiful cutting board. Okay, so we're just gonna slice these like so. And then sprinkle them on top. The perfect accent to our salad. Look at that. Wow. That's going to make some mouths happy. There you have it, winter salad with Greek yogurt dressing.
Pairings are brought to you by Liquor Plus. Discover the plus.
What better way to enjoy a delicious culinary creation than with a fantastic wine pairing? Daniel from Tin Horn Creek, welcome to the kitchen.
Thank you. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me here.
Pleasure. So I kind of gave you a lowdown on what was happening. Building a winter salad, roasted vegetables, a really bold kind of dressing, turmeric, ginger, shallots, and a nice Greek kind of yogurt-based dressing. How are you going to stack that up? How are you going to line it up? I'm really curious.
Yeah, always one for a challenge here. So typically with a salad, a lot of people, their go-to is to pick something white, a nice white wine. But with this nice rustic sort of, roasted vegetables, I decided to do something a little different, and we're going to pour our Reserve Merlot from Tin Horn Creek here. This is the Oldfield Reserve Merlot.
Okay, so I'm going to dish up some salad while you pour, okay?
Sounds good. I can do that. So yeah, this wine's coming from down in South Okanagan on the Black Sage Bench.
That sounds cool.
So we're about 20 miles from the U.S. border.
Okay.
So it's nice and hot. The grapes do really, really well there.
Right.
Basically, the soil profile is all sand, so great drainage.
Yeah.
And the Merlot grapes really, really thrive very well there.
May I?
Please do, yeah.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
I could smell that so well, even just taking a sip. So much aroma, fruitiness, not too dry, just right. That's beautiful. I love it.
Really nice concentrated flavors, you know, and you get that nice like black currant, that little bit of spice, which I think is going to play really well with the dish here.
Well, let's find out. I'm really curious. In my mind, it's working beautifully. So. Wow.
So you got
awesome.
that nice roasted vegetables. The sugar's kind of caramelized with those vegetables as well. And then, that dressing with this, nice red fruit concentrated wine from South Okanagan.
I'm liking it. I'm pretty sure you nailed it.
I think this will get you through the winter.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit more about Tinhorn Creek.
Tinhorn Creek was founded in 1993.
Okay.
By two couples, the Oldfields and the Shaughnessy's. Yeah. And so just, last year celebrating its 25th anniversary. That's one of the original 8 wineries in the Okanagan. Yeah. Have 150 acres between the Golden Mile Bench and Black Sage Bench. Okay. And really just, with that amount of time and that, and the people that are there making the wines, they really turn out some fantastic wine. Yeah. You only get one shot every vintage, right? So every vintage you do things a little better, a little different. Fantastic. And so being one of the first in BC, they definitely have figured a few things out, that's for sure.
That's awesome. Well, Daniel, thank you so much. I really like what you've done here.
Yeah, pleasure.
Check out our website where you'll find details on today's recipe. I'm Michael Williams. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, dinner's better when we eat it together.
Cheers.